Okay, hi, my name's Oscar. So I will be discussing two articles. The first one is Work Ethic by Helen Molesworth, and the second one is Manifesto for Maintenance Art by Mierle, Laderman, Ukeles. And the two artworks, the first one is by Mexican artist Abraham Cruzvillegas and his Autoconstrucción series. And the second one is my own, a piece that I did for my midterm crit this term. Okay, so Work Ethic by Helen Molesworth. During the 1960s, artists from Alan Capero and Yoko Ono to Andy Warhol and Richard Serra stopped making art as it has been thought of since the Renaissance. They staged performances that mixed everyday life with theater and in ways that challenged the system of marketing, display, and aesthetic discourse that assigned special monetary as well as cultural value to paintings and sculpture. Most of the work considered in work ethic involved performances and other practices generally read as linking a dematerialization of the object with the free play of concepts. So reading that article led me to Manifesto for Maintenance Art. Initially written as a proposal for an exhibition entitled Care, the Manifesto for Maintenance Art emphasizes maintenance, keeping things clean, working, and cared for as a creative strategy. The manifesto came about after Ukeles gave birth to her first child. Suddenly she had to balance her time as an artist and mother and had little time to create art. She states, I felt like two separate people, the free artist and the mother/maintenance worker. I was never working so hard in my whole life, trying to keep together the two people I had become. Then I had an epiphany. I have the freedom to name maintenance as art. I can collide freedom into its supposed opposite and call that art. I name necessity art. The manifesto is formed into two major parts. The second part describes her proposal for the exhibition and is described in three parts. She begins with the statement, I am an artist, I am a woman, I am a wife, I am a mother. I do a hell a lot of washing, cleaning, cooking, renewing, supporting, preserving, etc. Also, I do art. Now I will simply do these everyday things and flesh them up to consciousness. Exhibit them as art. My working will be the work. So after reading that manifesto, it reminded me of Mexican artist Abraham Cruzvillegas' sculptures, which he characterized many works as autoconstrucción, a term that roughly translates to self-constructing. The artist is making reference to the building methods used in his hometown of Ajuscos on the outskirts of Mexico City, where people form their own communities and makeshift homes out of whatever materials they could afford and what is in the immediate surrounding. For Cruzvillegas, the process of collaboration, the regeneration of materials, and improvisation is vital to his art practice. Cruzvillegas assembles his sculptures and installations in galleries and museums from found objects and disparate materials located near or around the institutions that he's been invited to. So looking at his work and looking at my own, my work for the midterm crit was really inspired by Cruzvillegas' improvised construction methods, the result of playing with found materials that were only collected/used from my own studio and what I found around 380 building, provided a different sculptural language for me to work with. My piece was an attempt to produce questions or maybe answers about how I came about to be myself. I was also thinking about my family, their history with work/labor, and how through our work we find identity. Hard work is a huge part of the Latino experience, or the Latino story. The slow process and repetitive action within my sculptures are aspects of my art practice I'm investigating currently. I wonder if this approach is somehow connected to my understanding of the Latino experience in this country and our perspective on hard work. In an interview, Cruzvillegas states, autoconstrucción is about self-constructing, adding, I like the term because it leads me to think about the construction of an identity. So I know what I construct or the materials I use don't speak about who I am. Nonetheless, I bring these questions/thoughts into the exhibition space and my own studio, and giving it some form is a way to start. Thank you.